Breaking news on ABC 17 News at 6. The Boone County Prosecutor's Office has charged the husband of a missing Columbia woman with first-degree murder.
We told you about the new charge filed against 24-year-old Joseph Elledge as breaking news on the ABC 17 News app. ABC 17's Sydney Olson joins us live tonight outside of the Boone County Courthouse.
Sydney, court documents highlight a troubled marriage between the couple.
Ashley Lucas, in this probable cause statement, there are several references to trouble in the relationship between Joseph and Munchie G. Elledge. Now, Munchie G has been missing since October, and police have spent months searching for her. Boone County Prosecutor Dan Knight has named Joseph as the primary suspect in her disappearance. According to the probable cause statement, Joseph stated he and Munchie G have been having trouble in their relationship for several months. He also told police he believed that Munchie G was talking with another male online in a flirtatious manner. A former boyfriend of Munchie G said she had contacted him to get information about divorce attorneys, and in a recording of a conversation between Joseph and Munchie G, Joseph stated he wanted a divorce but was concerned about the cost. Now, Munchie G's mother told police that Joseph was a controlling husband and did not allow her to have a social life. Now, the state is requesting a warrant and a $5 million cash-only bond for Joseph. Reporting live in Columbia, Sydney Olson, ABC 17 News.
Cindy, thank you. Amy Saladay, the attorney for Munchie G's family, say they support Knight's decision to charge despite their concerns with double jeopardy in the case. Quote, they have full confidence in Mr. Knight and understand that he has carefully weighed all of the factors associated with making this decision. They want resolution, end quote. They also say, though, that they remain concerned that more could be done with the search effort. Specifically, they would like to see collaboration across multidisciplinary teams, including professional volunteers like NecroSearch International, who have offered assistance in this case and who could help alleviate the financial burden being placed on the county because of search efforts, end quote. You can read more about the search for Munchie G and the custody battle for the couple's child on ABC17news.com.
New at 6, the Ashland Board of Aldermen says the city's safety isn't affected by its suspended police chief absence. Now, we told you last week city leaders announced the suspension of Chief Lynn Woolford. Tonight, ABC 17 News investigates claims made in a lawsuit filed by Woolford against the city and the mayor after he was put on leave. The lawsuit states that Mayor Rohr removed Chief Woolford as city administrator and then suspended him as chief after he refused to remove Rohr's girlfriend from the home. ABC 17's Amber Tabling is live in the studio tonight. Amber, today you got a hold of police reports for calls to Rohr's home.
Ashley, the records request states that there was a call reported about a domestic dispute from Mayor Rohr on March 22nd in 2019, but it did not state that Woolford was asked to remove the mayor's girlfriend from the home. That runs counter to the claim Woolford made in his lawsuit. I asked the Board of Aldermen one question today. With one officer on administrative leave, how does that affect the public safety in Ashland? 3 out of the 6 city officials responded, all saying Ashland's police staff is still able to have 24/7 coverage without any officers working overtime to make up for Woolford's absence.
We got a good-sized police force there in Ashland. We've got enough for 24/7 coverage. It shouldn't affect anything overall.
Ashland has 7 full-time police officers, including Woolford, and a couple of reserve officers.
We've been through this before in the past, and this isn't anything really new. I wish it was, but it's not. And we've got good coverage. We've got good officers there, and so everyone in Ashland should feel safe still.
The city officials requested that an Ashland officer is assigned to the crosswalk near the school at Liberty Street and South Henry Clay Boulevard.
It's a dangerous intersection. It is. There's a lot of special interest school that's out, a lot of kids walking, a lot of cars going back and forth. But it is a safety issue, and we are going to make sure we have someone there keeping that traffic flowing.
I contacted Woolford's lawyer about the records request we received, but have not received a response back yet.
All right, Amber, thanks. The city has still not been able to release much information regarding Woolford's situation since it's personnel matter that is under investigation. It's prohibited to release any information under the Sunshine Law.
Parts of mid-Missouri could see some overnight rain or snow. ABC 17 Storm Track Chief Meteorologist Jessica Quick is tracking when it could arrive. Jessica, temperatures will drop in the morning once the clouds move out.
Definitely going to be a cold night around here. We're getting clouds now thanks to some precipitation out to our west and south. Most of this is not going to make it to the ground. We are just too dry over most of mid-Missouri, especially near that ground level. So while you'll see that on radar tonight, I'm not expecting much of that to impact us. Temperatures this evening continue to fall. We are down into the mid-30s. Some places still right around 40. Getting chillier in Moberly, it's 34 degrees. It's 35 in Columbia. Still about 39 in Jefferson City. We are falling down to around 22. It's going to get windier though tonight. We're going to see those winds picking up to around 15 miles per hour, and just that little bit of wind with those cold temperatures in the morning. Not a great mixture. We are going to see wind chills in the single digits to start off, only climbing into the teens to around 20 degrees, and with those air temperatures around 30, definitely going to be cold, even though we'll have some more late day sunshine tomorrow. Here's our setup right now. That precipitation trying to slide in from the west. We kind of have that dry air working to our advantage, and the strong high pressure off to our north trying to force that straight south. So it's going to have a tough time making it here either way. You'll see it does try to move in, but I'm not expecting that to impact our morning. Into tomorrow morning, we are starting off with cloud cover, but by afternoon, it starts to slide to the south. That cold north air starting to push that down, giving us temperatures only topping out in the upper 20s to low 30s. Heading into Friday, we're starting off quite cold in the teens, but you'll notice lots of sunshine, and I'm not expecting much in the way of rain, at least until Sunday. So it's looking like a nicer end to our work week and a great start to the weekend. Here's our ABC 17 Storm Track 7-day forecast, 31 for tomorrow. By Friday, we gain about 10 more degrees with more sunshine, getting even warmer for the weekend, but that rain starts to move in by early Sunday morning. I'll be tracking that and how much to expect later in the newscast.
In a crime alert tonight, Mid-Missouri investigators need your help to identify people wanted for credit card fraud. The Miller County Sheriff's Office says it's working with Columbia Police, Eldon Police, and the Morgan County Sheriff's Office to find the men. We're told the agencies have received reports of credit or debit card fraud from several victims. Anyone who has any information about these people you're seeing on your screen is asked to call law enforcement.
The attorneys for a Columbia man who could return to prison want the Supreme Court to rehear his case. We've been telling you about Demetrius Woods since the Supreme Court reversed a decision that gave him a chance at parole. His lawyers say the Supreme Court overlooked relevant law and other opinions when it decided the case. State lawmakers repealed a law in 2014 that took away the chance at parole for repeat drug offenders like Woods. Now, Woods says that repeal should apply to him retroactively, and a Cole County judge agreed in 2017. He got out of prison on parole a year later. Missouri appealed, and the Supreme Court disagreed with the Cole County judge. Kent Gibson and Taylor Rickert, his attorneys, say the decision could have unintended consequences. They say if the state repealed the death penalty, for example, quote, the holding in this case could be used as a cudgel by the executive branch to stymie the voice of the people expressed through their elected representatives, that Missouri should not sanction the executions of any unfortunate soul who received the death penalty before or after its repeal, end quote. Supporters of Woods have asked Governor Mike Parson to commute his sentence to allow for parole. Parson's office says it did not have a comment on that request right now.
Just ahead on ABC 17 News at 6, where the news comes first.
Find out why Jefferson City health inspectors had to return to a pub twice when we take you behind the kitchen door.
And you want ABC 17 News at 6:30. We're taking a closer look at a Mid-Missouri lawmakers bill that is designed to help high school students pick college and careers. Health inspectors had to visit a pub in the capital city twice over several health code violations.
ABC 17's Zara Barker takes us behind the kitchen door of a Jefferson City sports grill and pub.
J. Finney's was the only place inspected in the last month that was cited for violations during the first inspection and the follow-up inspection. This sports bar on High Street was handed 7 core violations and 1 priority violation during 2 January inspections. During that first inspection in the middle of January, inspectors noticed a leaking roof, food above the correct temperature range, missing bolts, and multiple violations in the bathrooms, such as a missing toilet seat and no hot water. Those 5 issues led inspectors to have to do a follow-up inspection 2 weeks later. On January 27th, inspectors found 3 more core violations, which were the same problems that hadn't been fixed. I called J. Finney's to hear how they're going to fix the violations, but I haven't heard back. Head over to abc17news.com to get a full breakdown of their violations and all the eateries inspected in Jefferson City in January.
While you're checking out that article, be sure to sign up for our Behind the Kitchen Door newsletters.
State lawmakers claim there was a conflict of interest when Missouri issued its medical marijuana license. The Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services explained its license process to an oversight committee earlier today. Well, some state lawmakers allege there is a conflict of interest with the company Missouri selected to score the applications. We will have more on those allegations tonight on ABC 17 News at 9, on Fox 22, KQFX, and again at 10 o'clock on KMIZ.
Up next, I'm tracking those cold temperatures for the morning. I'll let you know how long this chilly weather sticks around. Plus, I'm tracking a nice warm up and some rain for the weekend. I'll show you those changes.
A man arrested last week following a car chase near Kingdom City is now charged. Deputies arrested Johnny Sims off State Highway H and Highway 54 last Tuesday. He was taken to a hospital after a deputy used their taser on him twice. According to court documents, more than 12 ounces of marijuana, ecstasy, and cocaine were found in a brown bag thrown from his car. Sims is charged with drug trafficking, delivery of a controlled substance, resisting arrest, and tampering with physical evidence. Let's take a look at news across Missouri. A St. Louis man is now charged with shooting an off-duty police officer.
Prosecutors charged 20-year-old Fontez Mitchell with robbery, assault, tampering with physical evidence, resisting arrest, and 2 counts of armed criminal action. Investigators say he shot the off-duty officer who was working a second job as a security guard several times at Walmart on Sunday night. A protective vest saved the officer's life. Police arrested Mitchell yesterday. Closer to home, no one is hurt after an overnight house fire southeast of Columbia. The Southern Boone County Fire Protection District says it happened around 3:30 this morning at the home near Englewood, Missouri. That's about 15 miles southeast of Columbia. The cause of the fire was not specified.
New signs are going up at dozens of locations for a formerly Columbia-based bank chain. We told you in July of 2019, Simmons First National Corporation bought the parent company of Landmark Bank. It's for the more than $3 billion, and that's how much it costs. Now, crews have now started to switch the signs outside of the banks in Columbia to Simmons. You can read all about the sale of Landmark Banks by searching our website, abc17news.com. Well, the high temperatures look pretty great, but what is it, tonight or tomorrow? The low's going to get a little
Tonight
cold.
And tomorrow are going to
Yeah.
be very cold. Tonight it'll be the wind chills, and tomorrow will be in the teens. So
Yeah.
it's going to be very cold, winter-like, but no winter weather to deal with, thankfully. No precipitation that's going to make it to the ground, at least around here. You'll see a lot of cloud cover trying to move back in Columbia and Sedalia, down to 35 for Columbia. A little bit more of a clear sky, and we're getting more cloudy in Sedalia as that precipitation tries to move in. It's saturating the upper levels of the atmosphere, but we're too dry near the surface for much of that to make it to the ground. You'll see what I'm talking about here on radar. Most of this is to our west and continuing to slide to the southeast. So while it tracks across our area, you'll see it on radar, but not much of it making it to the ground. Temperatures continue to fall down tonight into the teens to around 20 degrees. Overnight lows in Columbia down to 22 and 23 for Jefferson City. So out the door, it'll be very cold in the morning with the wind chills. As we approach afternoon, those clouds should start to move out. We're only going to see highs right around the freezing mark thanks to gusty winds, but sunshine returns. We're going to see a high near 31. This is what it feels like tomorrow with that wind. At around 6 o'clock, it'll feel like about 5 in Moberly, the wind chill at about 10 in Columbia, and feeling like the teens for Jefferson City. As we go throughout the rest of the day, it'll feel like the teens to around 20 degrees. So that little bit of a wind still going to make things kind of have a bite during the afternoon. Starting to improve a little bit towards Friday, and you'll see on the future track, we're going to be dry for the next couple of days. That chance of precipitation staying low for tonight. Clouds moving out for tomorrow, leaving us with plenty of sunshine as we end our work week on Friday. Heading into Saturday, tracking a little bit more cloud cover. This is at 3 o'clock, so most of our day has sunshine. Then by Sunday, I'll be tracking that rain moving back in. It does look like it is going to stick with us even into Monday morning, and we'll have to watch that closely as temperatures continue to drop. We could have a little bit of snow trying to mix in there, and most of next week looking like we're going to be right around our seasonal averages. This is how much rain to expect on Sunday, anywhere from a half an inch to an inch for most places across mid-Missouri. No one place place going to see much more than the other. Weekend around 50s, around 52 for Saturday. Getting chillier for Sunday with those clouds and that rain moving back in, but pretty close to our seasonal averages. Here's our ABC 17 Storm Track 7-day forecast. Next few days going to be dry. We gradually start to warm each day by about 10 degrees. Jefferson City at 33 degrees tomorrow, but ending the week on a nice note at 43 with sunshine. And those thoughts of spring and warmer weather are likely on the minds of many of mid-Missourians like myself. Along with that comes with the threat for severe weather. ABC 17 Storm Track meteorologist Luke Victor shares the criteria for severe storms and upcoming events where you can learn about severe weather.
2019 was an active year for severe weather across mid-Missouri, and the potential is there that 2020 could also bring more potent storms to the area. It's been a while since we've seen severe storms, and our weather team figured it's time for a refresher. Severe storms are categorized as thunderstorms with winds in excess of 58 miles an hour, 1 inch or greater diameter hail, or if it contains a tornado. At that point, a severe thunderstorm warning would get upgraded to a tornado warning. We're also headed into the most active part of the year for tornadoes as well. We'll see an increase in tornadic activity nationwide through May. The main weather pattern behind severe weather and tornadoes here in mid-Missouri features an active jet stream with cold air pushing in from out west, clashing with warm, humid air from the Gulf of Mexico. And if you're interested in learning more about how thunderstorms form, you can attend Storm Spotter training in Columbia tomorrow night at 6:30 in Memorial Union on Mizzou's campus. And if that's not enough, our weather team's Storm Track Severe Weather Special also premieres on Tuesday, March 10th. Plenty of information on the upcoming severe weather season will be presented, as well as a long-range spring and summer forecast from Storm Track Chief Meteorologist Jessica Quick. Reporting for the Storm Track Weather Team, I'm meteorologist Luke Victor.
Luke, thanks. You can read more about severe weather and attending tomorrow's Storm Spotter training in the Storm Track Insider blog on our website, abc17news.com.
The Mizzou basketball team has a rising star.
ABC 17 Sports Director Andrew Kaufman has more on Xavier Pinson's.
Sports Zone starts now. Sponsored by U.S. Cellular.
Mizzou guard Xavier Pinson is an elite company after scoring a combined 60 points in his last 2 games. The last player to score 28-plus points in 2 straight games at MU, Marcus Denman. Pinson's career-high 32 points propelled the Tigers to a 71-68 win over Ole Miss last night. The sophomore guard scored 24 points in the second half alone. Pinson was 9 of 13 from the field, including 4 of 4 from three-point range. The Chicago native was 10 of 11 at the free throw line. Pinson did all of that in just 27 minutes since he was limited in the first half due to foul trouble. Mizzou really has a rising star in Xavier Pinson.
I mean, as long as I work, I feel like every shot that I take will go in or should go in. But, I mean, as long as you put the work in, you should have that confidence that every shot is going to fall. Like I said, I mean, I'm here for a reason, so why not own that time and have fun and put in the work and see the results happening.
He's a guy that needs to go north and south, and he's very effective that way. When you have him going east-west with guys pressuring him and trapping him, he's not the same player. So you got to keep him moving and attacking and playing in space. But he's also making shots. But that's the preparation and the work that he's put in. So that's the result of that part, because obviously the ball still has to go in the basket.
The season is winding down for the Mizzou women's basketball team. The Tigers will play at Vanderbilt tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Like MU, the Commodores are also struggling in conference play. Vandy's 3-9 in the SEC. The Tigers are also 3-9. There are just 4 games left for Mizzou. The Tigers are currently tied for 11th in the SEC. Defense is going to be key, as Mizzou has given up more points this season than any team in the conference. XFL time, the Battlehawks have their home opener on Sunday afternoon in the Dome at America's Center. St. Louis will host New York at 2 o'clock, and here's a cool local tie. Former Mizzou wideout Damian Washington is bringing the West Middle School football team to watch the game. Last fall, Damian coached the Vikings. He says they're the reason he decided to give pro football another go, so that's a cool opportunity for all those Columbia kids. Now it's time to announce our Week 5 Sports Zone Basketball Play of the Week. Thanks to everyone who voted online at abc17news.com. Without further ado, our winner comes from Lynn High School. Senior Chris Kamick banks in a three-pointer on senior night. The crowd erupts as Kamick has special needs, but that has not stopped him from playing several sports for the Wildcats. This was his first varsity game, and clearly he made the most of it. So congratulations to Chris. What a scene that was at Lynn High School. Could watch that all day. Good stuff. Great shot.
Three-point bank shot? You don't see it often.
No.
Good on Kamik for
It's
nailing
actually
it.
kind of hard to pull off.
Right. All right. But,
Yeah, great shot. That's why it's play of the week.
Okay. Thanks very much, Andrew.
And new at 6:30, lawmakers at the state capitol say they designed a bill to help high school students pick college and careers.
We're taking a closer look at what this could mean for Missouri students.